Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of the Cooking with Carter equipment series. I have a handful of episodes now. I'd like to welcome everybody today. I'm your host, DJ Carter. We have the Bella Deep Fryer on profile today. I'm going to talk about the outside first. It is basically in an aluminum casing. Okay, the actual frying unit sits inside. I do want to actually talk about the temperature gauge and how this works. The first thing is, I want to go over the temperatures. You've got 275, 300, 325, 350, and 375. Now, the first off, and I'm going to be very quiet when I do this, when I turn this, you're going to hear a click, and hopefully the camera will pick it up. Okay. I turned it on and then turned it back off. You're going to notice two lights. Okay, the red light will start when it is heating. When it has reached the desired temperature that you have it set on, it will go to the blue light. The reason they have it blue is when you turn it on and it shines through, it kind of looks green. I think that's what they were trying to go for. Why they didn't just go with a green light, not really sure, but we'll go on for that. So let's see what we have inside here today to talk about. I'm going to take the lid off. Okay. This, of course, is your frying basket. Okay, and I'm just going to hold it up so we can get a good shot of that. And it's, of course, it has the holes in the bottom and all around it for drippage so it can drain properly. Now this is the way that it sits when it drains. It can just sit right there with the food in there. One thing I want to talk about with the basket is never fill the basket more than 1/3 or 2/3 full. 1 to 2/3, because if you get over the middle of this, because of the oil usage in this fryer, it is not going to fry as efficiently. So you've got to do it in smaller portions, but it does fry very well. Now, when it sits in there just like that, okay, and it basically fries up nice. Okay, so that's the basket. We'll take the basket out of there. This is dishwasher safe. You can put the basket in the dishwasher. That's not a problem. Okay. This little friend here is not so much of a little friend, actually. The plug is magnetic. This is the one thing that I do not like about this fryer. With the lip up, it actually will not plug in properly. With the lip down, it will plug in properly. And I'm going to demonstrate that. And I want to make sure that Max can get a good view on this because it's difficult to do from the side. Okay, and you will hear a click, and that allows it to be in properly. And I'll just show you, that's with the lip down. This does not come off very easily. You have to actually pull it. Now, if you try to go this way, you can see that the holes, wow, you can do it both ways. That's actually,
but it's not as stable. And
yeah, you can, but you're correct. It's not as stable. There's the click I was looking for. You can do it both ways, but as I said, lip down will actually plug that in. We were working with it earlier, and we didn't think that the plug would go in that way. So now this will actually plug in, and I want to go over the last piece, which is in the deep fryer itself, which is the coil unit. This is the actual coil unit that goes into the deep fryer, and this is what heats up the oil. Now, you'll notice, and we'll take the cord out of there, that there are two grooves on the side of this. And actually, it is pretty simple to set those in there. Just do just like that. This is, of course, you take this out to empty your oil and change your oil and things like that. Now, I actually want to talk about the amount of oil that this fryer holds. Let me simplify this. A lot. This holds a total of 12.5 cups or 110 ounces, which is the maximum that you can put in. Now, of this measuring cup, which holds 2.5 cups, it holds 5. So if you get a measuring cup like this, you've got your ounces on one side, you've got your millimeters on the other. You can fill it all the way up to that 20 ounce mark, and it holds 5 of those. So that's the, it can be very confusing, but basically 110 ounces is your maximum. And if you want to go right on 100 is your minimum, 105 is what I usually do. That is a little over 2/3 of a large can of cooking oil, the canister of cooking oil that you can get at any local grocer. A couple things I want to talk about also, the type of oil that you use in here. I do not like to use vegetable oil in a deep fryer. In this deep fryer particularly, I don't feel that vegetable oil heats up enough to cook the food properly. What I do use is corn oil, peanut oil, or canola. Canola oil is the best form, in my opinion, for this deep fryer to use as far as to cook your food efficiently and at the quickest manner. A couple things I want to mention, pros and cons of this deep fryer. It's very light for a deep fryer. It has the handle over here on the side. I'm going to actually flip this around. Nice catch. There, it has a handle here and has a handle on both sides so that when you pick it up, you don't have to touch the metal framing. It gets very hot. The con to this, in my opinion, this thing takes forever to heat up. And the amount of oil that it uses. I mean, you go through, I can maybe use 1.5 containers and I'm done. Now, a lot of questions I get on this fryer, how often do you change your oil? Okay, very simple. It depends on what you cook. Chicken, I can fried chicken, fried pork chops, anything like that. You can do 3 to 4 times. If you do fish, do not reuse that oil unless you are using the same type of fish that you cooked previously. I have done this. Your food will not turn out the way you want, and you will smell bad for the rest of the week. Trust me, it does not work. It's not a good idea. Now, I will say, one of my favorite things to fry in this is hush puppies. Oh, gosh. 350 degrees, 8 minutes, drop them bad boys in, a little salt in the oil, drop it in, bring them out. Simply done. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, let's take the coil unit out of the way here, is this lovely piece of equipment right here. This is your oil well. This is what holds your oil. Now I'm going to tilt this and hopefully we can get a shot of the minimum and maximum line inside that we're talking about for your oil. Let me just flip it over. Sorry about that. And
1 second. I have a way to remedy this. Close your eyes. There we go. We can get a little shot of that.
Okay. So, now, I'm going to go ahead and set this in. Now, the cool thing about the oil well is you can set the oil well in either way. But I do want to show you what's really cool about this. Just so I've got some room. This casing is very simple. I mean, it's check me out. I'm Box Vision. Hey, there we go. So it's very simple. The construction of this deep fryer is very simple. I'm going to go ahead and put everything back in. And show you. There we go. Sorry about that. That's the benefit of having CP and a cameraman to actually help you out. But anyway, that's how that goes in. Very simple to close out your basket. I do want to show actually once this sets in to the fryer, how the lid goes on. Okay, this is the second con of this deep fryer. You notice this? I don't like that the lid does that because I want it to sit here. And when I say this, I'll take off the lid and show you. Because of how they constructed this lid, this is too big of a basket for this fryer. The basket should sit evenly. That's how, when this tilts, this brings all of your food to the left, my left portion of the basket. That makes the food tilt. So every once in a while, what you've got to do is kind of jostle it around to make sure that your food gets cooked properly.
Well, you can most likely just balance it out too with food.
Yeah, and that's why I had said earlier you don't want to go up more than a third or 2/3 of the way full, and balance it out so that the weight is distributed evenly. So when you go to put it away, go in there just like that. Cord. Another thing, I would have actually made it to where the cord does not just magnetically plug in. It plugs in directly and has grooves to plug into. Okay. There's that. Quick washing instructions, cleaning instructions on this. Everything on here is dishwasher safe except for the coil unit. Do not put the coil unit in the deep fryer. In the dishwasher. The coil unit does go in the deep fryer. Without the coil unit, it's not going to work. You will be waiting an extremely long time for the sun to heat up your food, and you'll have to go outside. So, very simply, the deep fryer of this size, this is the medium-sized deep fryer. There's a large and there's an extra large. The medium will run you about $50 to $75, depending on the brand, depending on the market that you get it from. The large one is going to run you from about $129 to $99 if you could get it on sale. But that is up to you. You can get the small one, and they all basically work the same way. It's fun to do. We will have the deep fryer on our show. I don't use the deep fryer very much because of the oil consumption. But the good thing is you can reuse your oil. So we hope that you've enjoyed this episode 5 of the Cooking with Carter Equipment series. We'll be back next week where the wheels we make, yeah, we make wheels. The mills we make are worth the wait. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.